Today we are going to learn these three topics. You can see the planner. Uh, Let me show it in a larger view. We will be learning about data analysis, operation or options, then Excel charts and file formatting and Sparkline features. So we start with this data analysis option. So let me show you the Excel file. If you can open your Excel file with me, that would be fine. I want to show you something. Please open your Excel file, and I want to show you something. Let me know when you open it. Have you opened Excel file?
Yes, I have open.
Yes, I have open.
Okay, fine. Go to data analysis. So go to data menu. You can see on my screen. Click on this data menu. Do you find this analysis portion on your file at the top right of the file? You can see my cursor here. Can you see this on your file? Data analysis.
No, I don't have.
Yes. So anyone else?
No.
No.
Okay, fine. Let me explain it. Let me open it first and you will find a list of different options. So basically this data analysis option, this additional data analysis category or option gives you a list of statistical operations like ANOVA, F-test, covariance, correlation, descriptive statistics, histogram. Those who are familiar with statistics as a statistical concept or who have studied econometrics, they must be, understanding these terms, t-test, z-test. So there is an add or additional application in Excel. By installing this application, you can perform all these functions. Otherwise, if you don't add this data analysis function in your Excel file, basically it's a application which is not part of regular Excel. You cannot find this option. So today we are going to learn about this process, and we will be performing some, operations just for your understanding. And if you need to work on some statistical test, or if you need to work on some correlation or regression option, sampling or t-test or z-test, so you can perform this function here. So how to perform this? For this, you need to follow me. You need to follow me on this Excel file. Go to file menu, everyone, and let me know when you reach there. Open this file menu, and you will find this option at the bottom of this pane. Click on these options. When you will click on this, you will find this window, Excel options. Let me know if you are on this screen. Yes? Yes or no? Are you there on this screen? On this window?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So on the left side, you will see a list of categories. Click on this adds in. The second last option, adds in. Click here and click on this drop down menu at the bottom, and you will find this Excel adds in. Basically, I just wanted to show you other options. Excel adds in is already there by default, but you will see some other options as well, like com adds in, actions, XML, expansion, something. So if you see this option, Excel adds in, click on this go option. When you click this go, you will find a window like this, adds in. So there are total 4 different applications. So click on this analysis tool park and click both analysis tool park and analysis tool park VBA. Click both and press OK. So if I press OK, this will not work on my Excel file because I already have installed it. But by clicking on this option, your Excel might be restart. I don't remember because I added this a few years ago. So I'm not sure if your Excel will be restarted to add this application in your Excel file. So when you will be clicking OK, it will take some time, few seconds, and you will see this additional tab, data analysis there. So let me know if you have installed it. Yes or no?
Yes, installed.
Great. So once you installed, I will be opening this file, and the same data file we are working on for many days, the customer database, and I will be performing some 2, 3 things for you from this file. For example, if I uh, pick, let me check if there is some demo file related to this. Is there data analysis? Okay, I think yes, data analysis. I found it. So the same thing. Okay. So as I already have calculated few things here. Okay. So I think yes, I'm closing it. The same file I will use for this operation. So what is the purpose of this data analysis tool? So I hope you must be familiar with this correlation or regression context, or the definition of this regression or correlation, covariance, descriptive statistics. For example, you have a variable like age or month or any numeric variable, and you want to get the statistical summary of one variable. So I'm just going to apply some of the functions from this data analysis part. So let's say from the same file, customer database, I'm picking this age column, and I want to see the summary statistics of this age column, what it's giving me regarding statistical, terms. Go to this data analysis portion, click on this, you will find this menu, and click on this option, uh, let's say descriptive statistics. This one, click OK. Okay, so this window will be opened. Click on this input range. So remember that in each function you will be selecting from this data analysis, you will find this kind of window for different experiments, for different options, for different statistical tests. You will find this kind of window, descriptive statistics. Give the input range here. Click on this arrow, and you will be selecting this age column from this. Like I am selecting this with the short key, Control Shift plus down arrow. Click on this down arrow, and the range is there. So you can mention his labels in the first row, you can add this, you can click on this. If you need the result on the same sheet, you will be clicking on this output options. You will be clicking on this and you will be giving the path to see the result on the same sheet. But I don't need the results on the same sheet. I want an additional sheet for this kind of result. So by default, you will be seeing this option, new worksheet play. Or if you want the results, the summary on a separate Excel file other than this sheet, you will be clicking on this third option. Okay. So from statistical summary, you can pick more options relevant to statistics like confidence interval for mean, kth largest, kth smallest. So it's up to you if you need this kind of information. So click on this OK, and you will see a statistical summary of age column, age variable. So these terms are more about econometrics or statistical subject. We are not going to definitions more. So I'll just wanted to explain how you can get the summary of a variable, one or two or three variables. So what is mean? Actually, mean is an average, standard error, median, mode. These all are statistical terms. Standard deviation, sample variance, range, minimum. What is the minimum value in this whole column? Or what is the maximum value? What is the sum? What is the count? 5007. We know that there are 5007 records or rows in this file, customer database. So you will see the same number here. Sum is 23, I think 2000, 200,000, 35, something 35,000 and 132, something. So and the confidence interval is the same. To learn more about these terms, you can see the details. You can search out the details. What do we mean by these terms? If you are interested to learn more about statistics. So let me, let me perform two or three more functions from the same statistical terms, from the same data analysis portion. So again, go to this data menu, click on this data file, and you will see another option, correlation. So for example, what is correlation? Basically, correlation term is mostly used in stocks market, or you can say in the financial market. So where two or three stocks or securities are checked, where the association of one stock with the other stock, we see the behavior of two different stocks in the financial market. So correlation is used there, in mostly used there, but you can use it in other sectors, in other studies as well. So how you can perform this correlation? Why I'm using this? Because maybe you are required to perform this kind of operation somewhere in your research. So click on this correlation, and again, you will be finding this option, input range. Here you will be clicking, here you will be picking two different columns. Why two different columns? Because you are seeing the comparison, correlation of two variables with each other. So when the result will be generated, I'll explain little bit more. So let me perform this function here. Let's say if you pick this age value and along, sorry, it selected all the function here. So for this kind of operation, allow me to copy two columns from this sheet, and one is age and other should be income. And I just want to give you another, let's say I mentioned these two columns here, age and income, and I'll be selecting these two columns for correlation function. Again, go to this side, input range, click on this, and you will be selecting these two columns together from the same by the same shortcut key, Control Shift plus down arrow, and you'll be clicking here. Click on this. Don't forget to click on this labels in the first row. If you miss this, you will not be able to understand the results or interpretation. So click on this labels in the first row. This is already selected by default, new worksheet. Yes, we need the results in the new sheet. Press OK, and you will see this, age, and income. You can find this correlation between two, three, five different variables. So here is a pattern of correlation. So the interpretation can be like this. There is 19.48% correlation between two columns. That can be the relationship between two variables can be in negative or maybe positive. So if the number is positive like this, it means these two columns are associated positively with each other. Uh, and one more property to remember regarding this correlation. Correlation is always the result of correlation is always between -1 to 1. You will always find the result in this form, not like 5.7 or not like 18.9 something. So you will always find the result from -1 to 1 to 1. So this is another property. So similarly, I will be performing one last operation from this data analysis that can be, you can say that is regression. How you can perform regression? Uh, let's say we pick another column from this sheet for identifying, for calculating the regression. Regression is a full detailed chapter. Most of the time you will hear this term in research work when you see the regression or when you see the impact of dependent variables on independent variable. Dependent, there is a relationship between dependent and independent variables. So there is a complete chapter, complete details. So just I will be performing here and we will move on to the next topic. So let's say we pick this third column, regression. Uh, we copy this to this sheet just for the experiment. Okay, so let's say this income is, let me remove these things. Let's say for regression option, you can say this is y or in or dependent and variable, and these two are independent variable. I'm using the abbreviation, I'm not mentioning the complete word independent variables, or here I also can mention dependent variable dv and ib. So to perform regression, uh, you will go to this again, uh, data bar, data menu, and let me drag it here. Go to this data analysis, and you will be clicking on this regression. There are multiple type of regressions. It's a detailed topic. You can read it if you are interested. So if you go to SPSS statistical package software, you will find all the types of regressions there. So you see there are two different ranges. Y independent, input y range. So y is your income in this case because this is dependent, and x is input, independent variables. So you can pick these two variables together. Sorry. So let me click on this. Uh, Fine. Now click this, and I'm selecting these two different variables. Click on this labels, click on this confidence interval if you need this. If you need constant is 0, mention here. The new workbook is already mentioned. If you need this additional details related to regression part, residuals, standardized residuals, line fit plots, normal probability plots. These all are, econometrics related or statistics related terms. Select all which are required, click OK, and regression input non-numerical data. Okay, so let me try this. Equation input range contains. What happened? Sorry. Uh, Let me check this one. Yes. So you see, you will find these kind of results, though now the interpretation are, different. So you will see a different type of graphs which are associated with this regression plot. Uh, Again, the purpose of this demo was only to make you understand how to find this regression and how to, calculate this. Interpretation are different and technical, and required a lot of time to understand all these terms: ANOVA, intercept, and residual. So basically, what we see, in the simplest interpretation, we can understand like this. Uh, Regression gives you an idea of dependent variable. Like there are two independent variables in this case. These two are independent variables. So we can see that how much change will be in income, which is actually a dependent variable. If we increase, if one unit is increased in age or in education, so what will be the impact of these two indicators, is these two variables on income variable? So this is the simplest, easiest interpretation, but there are a lot of terms more. We are not going into details of all of these, interpretations or terms. So this is all about data analysis part, but which I understand, which I thought it is important to, give you a introduction of this portion, data analysis. So if you find any assignment related to statistics, or if you need to find anything related to statistics or econometrics, just go to this data analysis part and you will see all these results, all these parameters, and you can find your results accordingly. So this part is over from my side. If you have any question related to this portion, you can ask. Otherwise, we move on to the next topic. So yes, yes, Dr. Saima.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम फरहान, क्या हाल है?
वालेकुम सलाम।
अच्छा,
जी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
इंडियन एनालिसिस मैंने ना SPSS में किया है ज्यादातर हमेशा,
जी
so
जी।
the Excel is new for me. Just wanted
Okay.
to ask why it asked for there is non-numeric data in the selected columns. So
Okay.
what did you do to correct that? Na, I didn't
Yes.
get that.
Okay. So what happened? Actually, the mistake was here when I selected these two columns. Mistakenly, I picked these two number as well. So, well, to select these two columns, I was supposed to click on this two, headers or the name of the variables, but I mistakenly clicked these two as well. So the function was not performed. Got the idea? So
Yes, okay, thank you.
yes, actually that error was due to selection of these upper line, which was not supposed to be selected. Yes, I
Okay,
hope it's
thank
clear
you.
now. Okay. So thank you. So if there is no more question, I think I should move on to the our today's other topic, which is more interesting. I hope you will like that topic. That was Excel charts and formatting. So we will be learning different type of charts, and also we'll be exploring formatting options. I hope these, maybe you are more familiar with these charts and graphs, but maybe something is new for you in this topic. So we will be exploring some formatting options as well. So there are different type of charts available in this, file. This file will be shared with you for assignment, and you just be you know just you will be just focusing on this, the process and the formatting things. So there are different type of charts. When you go to insert menu, you will find there is a range of charts. You will find these charts also in Power Pivot or Pivot Table. That is our topic to be covered in the next week. The same portion will be available in Pivot Table as well when we'll be learning about this Pivot Table. So otherwise, if the graphs are very simple, you will be going to this insert menu and there is a range of different charts options. So also I have mentioned a few chart types in the different sheets according to the different type of scenarios. So we will be exploring all these things quickly. First type is bar chart. Why we need the chart basically? So visualization or chart is a way to explain your numbers or your trends or your findings or your results in a very easy way for the audience, for the readers, so they can understand the trend or pattern of the outcomes of any kind of outcomes. That can be profits, that can be your enrollment, that can be your hospital data or anything. So in these examples, in these sheets, you will find this kind of information: product sales record, units. Very simple information. Suppose this is information of a store or mart, home appliances, store, and this is a record of the sales. ACs, fridge, laptop, mobile, PCs, TVs. Random data, random variable. So to 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 you can say to generate the chart, you will be selecting the area first. This is a very simple type of chart, bar chart. So go to this menu, click on this, and you will see different type of patterns here. You know, some are 3D, some are 2D, some are 3D bar, some are vertical, some are horizontal. So you will be observing mixed type of options there in the same columns, in the same menu, bar chart. We are not clicking on other type of charts, only bar charts. So it's your choice. If you want a vertical chart, you will be clicking here. If you need horizontal chart, you'll be clicking here. If you need 3D chart, you'll be clicking here. And as I, hover my cursor, move my cursor, you can see the preview. I'm not clicking on anyone, but you can see the preview of these charts. So simply click on this bar chart. Okay. Before clicking here, one more thing I would like to highlight that there is an other option, recommended chart. So if you select any kind of information and you ask Excel to recommend you the best chart or relevant chart, so you will be clicking on this recommended chart. So you see Excel generated 4 or 5 different type of charts for you, which Excel thinks better for this kind of information. Okay, so you can pick from here, or otherwise, if you are clear to draw your type of chart, go to that specific menu or specific bar graph, click there, and the very simple type of chart, bar chart, is there. Okay, so this is very simple case. So first you need to do there are some other options which we will be exploring quickly. So let's say click on this bar chart, and you will notice that as I click on this chart, there another additional menu will be opened, which is associated with this chart, with this graph only. If I click around other than the graph, you will notice that these two menus will be hidden. You notice that? So as I click on this, two more menus will be open. So this is chart design. So let me move it up here. Okay. So now we are going to explore more about these, functions related to charts. First thing, you will be mentioning the title of the chart. You remember that your data, your chart, your table should be self-explanatory. So there should not be any confusion or ambiguity to understand the, data or visualization. So you can mention this like products, sales, record. Fine. The simplest interpretation can be, a simplest title can be like this. You can rephrase it according to your choice. So first thing, click here. We will also be, performing the formatting as well. So you should understand. Second thing, click on this grid lines. I just selected grid lines and I'm removing this by delete button. So I'm just clicking on these bottoms, which are actually legends, and I'm clicking on this, I'm giving it a black color, jet black, and also I'm clicking on this scale and I'm clicking on this black. So now you can see the different, clear image of this visualization. You can make it bold, like clicking on this, click on this bold, click on this, mention it bold. Also, you need to mention the axis, uh, what this scale is telling about. So to mention this kind of option, go to this plus sign. Remember that this plus sign, the list of these options are also available here in the chart design menu. I'll show you later. So what I'm doing, I'm mentioning axis title. I did not click yet, but you see the preview here. As I mentioned, as I move my cursor here, you will see the axis titles. So you can remove this because the bottom or these legends are already understood. The products names, we don't need this, but we need this Excel title, access titles. So we can mention it, let's say numbers. If there are percentages, you can mention it as percentage. So you must observe these kind of information in all visualizations. So it should be self-explanatory. So next thing, click the scale. You see that this 120 is more higher, more on the higher side. These bars are, near to 100, but this 120 is, on the higher side. We need to fix this. How to fix this? Click on this right side, click on the, right button of mouse. Go to this format axis, and you need to fix this scale from here. Minimum, maximum. If I click on this maximum and I see that from these numbers, nothing is greater than 100. So the scale should be 100 maximum. So I'm, adjusting this scale by mentioning this. I click here and you see the adjustment of the chart now. Also, I will be clicking this and I will be, mentioning it like number in bold. If you want to mention values on these bars, you will be clicking, right click here on any bar, and you will be mentioning add data labels. Okay. So now I hope this graph is self-explanatory and giving you a clear information. There are some more functions to be explored and related to formatting. Uh, as I mentioned, if you click on this plus sign, which is always appeared on the right side of the chart to give you more options, you will find these functions here in the chart design. If you don't see this plus sign, go to chart design and you will be finding these options here. Add chart elements. So you're noticing that these menu and these menu is the same. The both menus are the same, so if there is chart title is missing, you can click here. If there is data labels with as like these numbers, if now not appeared, you can mention this. If you want to mention these, data labels in the middle of the bar, you will be clicking on the center. As you see, I have not clicked yet. So if you want to mention like this, inside and inside base, something you will be exploring more options here. You know, if you think the number is not visible, just click all the numbers by single click and go to home menu and click on this, white, and now it's more visible and more easy to understand, more easy to, readable. So I'm again clicking on this chart design, chart colors. If there are multiple colors, okay, there is an other option, quick layout. Uh, quick layout, you know, you can check all these layouts, and as you move your cursor, you will see different layout plans for the same chart, as I'm moving. So what type of whatever layout suits you, click on that, and that will be applied on the same file. So I'm not picking anything from quick layout. I'm leaving it like this. You can go to this and you can pick different colors from this, color scheme, change colors. You can pick any, different type of charts, any different color scheme, sorry. Let's say I pick green. And if I click here, go to chart design, and in this chart styles, you will find more options related to, chart design. So only you need to move your cursor, which style you like, just click on that. So if you click the black preview or black background, just click on that and your chart is ready. Only just, move this kind of, pick your style, pick your color scheme, everything. So I said there are some other options. Okay, so move on to the next column. This is done. One more thing, one last thing. If you want to, make the bars more wider, click on this, you know, click on any bar, go to this format data series, and here you will be, finding these options. Gap width, click on this. If you go to upper side, the bar will be thin. If you move to the left side, the bar will be, more wider. So it's your choice. If you want to make these kind of, alignment, you can make these kind of changes. So I hope this formatting is, uh, you understand the formatting things. And now we are moving to the next stacked column. Here you will notice that the data is the same, but we have data of units month wise. In the first column, we just 1 minute, please hold on. Azan हो रही, फिर अजान के बाद I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. Uh, Let me know who is present. Raise your hands. All are there? Okay, fine. Two, three, four. Fine, thank you. So moving back to charts topic. So we are on the next column. So we'll be selecting this information and I'll give you some, more views, more options. Like go to this insert and you will be clicking on this bar chart. Now you will be picking this option, stacked column. So when you have uh, uh, items with detailed information, you will be clicking on this stacked column. Like this, uh, we have selected this chart type, and you will be seeing colorful bars. And actually, each bar is a breakdown of different kind of information. So here is some magic in this, chart type. Let me quickly, make the, mention this title, uh, product sales record month wise. Okay, and other heading. You can rephrase it with your own words. Like I'll be selecting this, I'll be bolding it like this. Again, uh, bold the scale black, all black. I'm just formatting quickly so you understand the, you see the clear picture. So if you see, uh, each column is a combination of the entire row. If I click on any bar, you will see a complete row highlighted related to that information. For example, this is laptop category, and this single bar is showing the complete information of this, fab. So actually, let me explain it another way. If I click on this bar, so you see, this blue highlighted bar is related to AC units, and this blue portion will be highlighted in each bar. So this is basically a breakdown of different items. So one more thing I wanted to explain. Let me quickly mention these titles. Again, this is a uh, number, not, a unit, or you can say units, just for different type of information. Okay, you can select this, can, turn it black, mention like this. Okay, I don't need this. I will be removing this access. If you need to mention data labels, you can mention. But remember that as these columns or bars have different portions, so you will be selecting each portion one by one. Like blue portion, you'll be clicking this. Now I'm clicking on this yellow portion and I'll be mentioning it. So you need to repeat this 6 times. So you can mention the, numbers on each breakdown or each portion. So more important, what I wanted to show you here, you see that if you if you need to change the information structure in this type of chart, you want items at the bottoms of the each graph, and you want to give, color to month categories like this. What you will be doing, right click on this and click on this, select data option. Here you will just need to, switch. Here you will be just clicking on this switch row column option, and the information will be shuffled. Like this information will be, come to this right side of portion, and the structure of the chart will be changed. So if I click on this switch row column, you understand, you see that now the legends are converted into months, and these bar headers are, or or categories are converted into, items. Earlier, it was different. For example, if I reverse it by clicking here, earlier it was like this. You notice that now these bars where we mentioned values within these bars are like presenting the information of its sold unit month wise. If I switch like this, the information will be changed. The look or structure of the chart will be changed. Now these bars are item wise, but the color combination is giving you, the color breakdown is giving you the information of months. So here, like this, you can, switch the information between both. Again, I'm just reversing it and press OK. So I hope you got the idea how you can switch it. Okay, more. Another thing, if you want to change the type of chart, you have done everything. Just right click of this, and right click on this and click on this chart type. For example, if you don't like this chart, you want to change the type of chart like this, you click on this bar chart. And for example, you like this chart, you don't need to create another chart from the beginning, just change the chart type. You got it? Although the information is, very complex, but you have an option to change the type of chart on the same, on the already designed chart. You can simply change the type of chart, although you need to some, make some adjustments in this type of chart. So I'm just reversing it by Control Z, and we are moving into the next type, next category of this chart. So this is stacked column. Let me create a column. Let me create a copy of this chart. And here is stacked column 2. This is another category. What I want actually, let me remove this for the timing. And actually, if I click on this chain chart type and go to this column wise, you will see a 100% stacked column. Like if I click on this, you will notice that all bars are equal and the scale is changed now. So what is the difference between both things? Stacked 100% gives you information in percentages, and stacked column simple gives you information in numbers. So you notice that I generated two stacked columns, one simple stacked column, one is with percentages. So this is, this kind of category, and you click on this and you will see this stacked column 100%. So by 100%, we mean that all columns will be equal and with the percentage breakdown. So if you, want to generate 3D column, 3D charts, so there are some other options. You already have designed the structure. You already have mentioned the information. Just, uh, pick any 3D column from there, or you can pick like this, any 3D information in 3D columns. Okay. So we keep it like simple. This is a column 2. Okay. Not like, sorry, let me mention it like this. So we have two stacked column, one simple, one with percentages. So moving to next pie chart, very easy. And most of the time you see it in presentations in the reports. So basically pie chart is used. Another important thing, if you don't understand where to create what kind of chart, you click on any chart type and you will see this note on every chart. So basically this note gives you a guidance or an idea which kind of information you can, you know, present in this chart, like pie chart. So you need to understand the information structure. So usually pie chart is recommended when you are giving your information in a breakdown. For example, you have conducted a survey and you want to give the population breakdown in province wise or district wise. For example, if you have 4 provinces and you want to give the breakdown of population, it is recommended you can mention it like pivot in pivot chart. like this quarter-wise information is mentioned here in this example, enrollment. That can be anything, any that can be units, that can be hospital information, health sector information, anything. So we have information of enrollments quarter-wise. So for this kind of information, we are creating this pie chart. Very simple. Uh, you see that. Uh, Let me mention the title first. Quarter-wise enrollment. When you click here, again, you will see the legends at the bottom. Go to this title, click on this, make it bold, make it jet black, and if you want to mention some numbers on this pie chart portions, click on this add data labels, numbers mentioned. But there are some other options as well. Click on this, go to chart design, and you will see a number of different, type, different styles. So similarly, you see these styles in every type of chart. Just design a chart and go to styles, and you will find these options. If you need a black background, you will be clicking here. It's your choice what kind of style you like, and you just pick that, for example. Fine. So if you need the number and percentages both, click on this and the chart is there. Okay. So another thing, for example, if I click on this and I want this blue part to be segregated or extracted from this whole pie chart, I will be selecting this. I will be, dragging the blue part to the upward side. If I want to, highlight this yellow part for any kind of information which is important, and I want to, extract like this, you can pick any portion and you can move your portion away from the actual pie chart. Something. So, some other thing here. Let me, join it and I show you another magic. For example, if I click on this format data series, click here, and if you want to rotate this portion, this pie chart for any kind of explanation, so you can, you know, change, you can move this scale bar. Like if I'm dragging the scale bar, the chart is rotating. So which portion you want to make on front or you want to make more highlight, you can, angle of the first slice, you can rotate like this. And this is the same what I have done, manually. If you want to create some gap between the portions, you can click on this. For any kind of, report, for any kind of interpretation, you can show it like this. So pie chart is over. You can create the same chart. You can, using the same information, you can create another chart like which we call it donut chart. The option is the same. Go to this create window like this, or there is a donut chart. You can click here. The same function, the same rotation portion. Like if you click on here and go to format series, you will find the same, moving, rotating options here. Whole size, you want to create, you want to make keep more whole size or small, it's up to you. So you can make changes like this. uh Let me know if you need some break or you are enjoying this portion charts. Should I move on? Class. Okay, so complete silence, no problem. So there is another type of chart which is line graph. So why we need line graph basically? The idea of line graph is when you are showing some information, when you are displaying some information periodically, that can be month wise, that can be week wise, quarter wise, or year wise. So it is recommended that you create line chart. Basically, line graphs gives a better idea of the trend of your information, of your outcome, of your sales, of your profit, of your remarks, of your marks, or any other thing. So, for example, here is a table with the yearly data, year one, year two, year three. You have 10 years data with different type of items, electronics, home appliances, groceries, food items. You can create your own categories. So select all this information, go to insert and click on this line graph. You can pick any format you like, but initially we click on this line chart option. Okay. So you see a line graph here, and you might have already, created so many graphs like this. So what I'm doing now, I'm removing the grid lines. I'm mentioning the title. So, like yearly unit sold year wise. So I'm, uh, making some formatting things. Click on this scale, and you will need to adjust this scale because this 12,000 is on a very higher side. We have maximum number 9551. So by clicking on this, first turn it black and double click on this, and you will see this scale option here. You can mention 10 just to make it more, appropriate. And you see the chart is looks better now. Again, when turn all the legends numbers in black, you can make it bold. Again, these years can be bold. So basically, these lines give you a clear visualization of each item, clear visualization of the trend of your sales. So for example, you can see electronics sales trend over the last 10 years. So it gives you a better idea how the trend is going. So similarly, home appliances, groceries, food items. So you can see all very clearly. You can also make some more formatting here. Like if I want to make the line smoother, click on any line and go to this file, and you will see smooth line option here. So click here and you will see the line is now smooth. The corners removed and it turned into a smooth line. So pick all the lines one by one and click on smooth line option. Click here and click on the smooth line. So this chart looks much better now. So you can, you can make more, you can add more, you can say formatting things like you can add values here. If I mention add data labels, this, mentioning numbers make the graph very rushy if the number is, if the data is very, large data. Like you have 10 years data and you mention all the numbers on all the lines. So it will be, very, very rushy. So you can keep it or you can remove it. It's up to you. The last thing, uh, click on this. And if you want another style, go to this category and you will see these kind of styles here. You can pick any of the style with your choice. And like this, with numbers, with points, this looks better. Uh, it's your choice. What kind of style you like? The last thing, if I change the data or if I switch the data, so how it will be look like. So as you see now, these lines are showing year wise and the categories are showing the in the different colors, like electronics have different color, home appliances have different color. If I click on this switch rows to column, You see now the entire chart changed. It looks more rushy because now you have 10 different lines. Earlier you had 4 lines only based on the different four categories, these four categories. Earlier you had only 4 lines, but now you have 10 lines. So it's up to you how you want to reflect your information and how that would be easy to understand. So there is another type of chart, scattered chart. uh, I have three different columns. Scattered chart basically gives you an idea of the the flow of your chart, how your data is look like. For example, uh, for the initial example, I'm selecting these two columns, age and income, and I want to see the data information we collected from the field. I want to see the trend, and I want to see the behavior of the data by this insert chart scattered graph. So basically, you can see the definition as well. Use this chart type to compare at least two sets of values or pair of data. Show relationship between sets of values. Okay. So you can click this information like this. So you notice that this scattered data gives you an idea of the tendency of your data, how your data looks like, whether is there outlier or if the data is smooth, if there is some very higher value or very low value. So this gives you an idea of normality of your data. So if the data is smooth or that data is correct or if there is something as error. So this scattered chart helps you to understand the behavior or pattern of the data. So you notice that there is a one value which is far above from the other values, which can be considered as outlier because it looks like there is something to be investigated. Why this value is so high other than the data, other than the other points. So if you click on any point in scattered chart, you will see every point has two different values. Basically, every point is an intersect of two different variables. So in this case, you will see this has two values in the bracket. So this includes income and age. So if you go to this actual table, you will notice that in the row number 14 here, you will see these 2 points, 50 and 228. So if you click on this cursor, you will notice 2 points here. If you move your cursor to any other points, you will see two different values. So what if I need to add one more column? So we are not going to formatting things for this chart. I'm just trying to explain another example of this table. For example, if I want to add one more column, one more variable into this scattered chart, I'm just, dragging, I'm clicking on this blue line and I'm dragging to the right side. And you will notice that orange dots also, added. So here you need to mention the title because the title is removed automatically. You can click on this, mention the chart title, like you can say age, income, and IQ chart. Yeah, and you can explain it according to the scenario, according to the context of the data. Again, all the things are same related to data formatting. If you double click on this, you will find these styles here. You can pick any of the style. And if you want to, highlight this, if you want to mention the axis, click on this axis titles. You can mention the axis here. Again, you will find one more thing. If you click on this trend line, income wise trend line. Okay, so you see, I clicked on this trend line and I mentioned this, dotted line. Actually, I clicked on this trend line and this function generated trend line itself according to the pattern of the data. Similarly, if you again mention this trend line, it will ask you about the indicator IQ. Yes, click on this IQ and you will see this IQ trend line here. So I think one last chart type is there, combo chart. So far, we have almost explored all basic chart types. There are many more chart types. Like if you go to this area, there are some maps. There are some, other chart types. Most of them are covered. Like there is a, uh, waterfall chart. There is heat map chart. You can check all the chart types. There is a map which required, coordinates to draw your charts on some map, on country map or province map, something like this. So for this exercise, we have the last category, combo chart. What do we mean by combo chart? So basically, when you are showing some information uh, against your targets, you have two variable. One is target, one is achieved. So you need to make a chart like combo chart where you give information of your your campaign or your targets with the with achieved numbers. So in that scenario you can use this. But I have a different example in this chart. For example, I have average income and I have average expenditure, and I want to show these two indicators graphically uh, by this, combo chart. How to generate this combo chart? Simple. Select all the information, and there is a month-wise information, and two indicators are there. Go to this very simple bar chart, and when you select this bar chart, let's say combo chart, uh, remove the trend lines, grid lines. You will be clicking on the, right click on the bar chart, and you will be selecting this category chart type, change chart type. And at the bottom of this list, you will see a combo chart here. Click on this combo chart and you will see this kind of graph, which is actually giving you the information with bar graph and line graph as well. So these two information are interlinked. So here, when you are picking this combo chart, basically the actual chart is like this, but you want to um mention other indicator which is important according to you in a line graph, or showing the pattern of your, other information. So you are converting this line graph into graph like this combo chart. So if you pick this one, here you need to click on the things. Uh, One is actual axis, which we can say the primary axis. One is secondary axis. So in this graph, you will see this scale which is already appeared in each graph, which can be considered as primary scale. But here you see there is another type, secondary scale. So when you are converting this into combo chart, you need to mention here which variable you want to mention, like, in a line graph, or which you want to mention in a bar graph. So here are two options. The first one is average income is in mentioned in bar graph. You can keep it like this. It's up to you. And the other one is average expenditures in line graph, which is Excel recommended, and Excel already turned this average expenditures, in other words, this orange bars into line graph. And also you need to mention the axis, which axis you want to be mentioned as secondary axis. if I click on this line graph and I click on this secondary axis against this average expenditures or line graph, you notice that you will see a scale on both sides of the chart. So the secondary axis is a right side scale. Click OK, and you will notice that here is your combo chart. So you can actually, you can mention the values, like click on the things like this, and you can mention your values here. Although it's too rushy, but you can adjust it. If you have mentioned this axis and you want to hide this graph, let me remove this. It's too rushy now. You can perform the formatting like we did in the first graph. You can make so many formatting things here. Click on this and make it turn black and bold. Click on this, black, bold. Again, click here, black and bold. Also, there is no any value which is greater than 10,000. You can click on this format scales, go to this scale side and click, turn it into 10,000. So now the chart is more clear. So similarly, you can you know turn it black. Okay. So if you want this axis to be to be not mentioned on your graph, and you want to hide this, so there is a trick. I'm just telling you a trick. Uh, you know it's decrease the size of this scale. Let's say I'm turning it to 6. I don't know how it will be look like, or you can mention it like 5 or 4. And if you want to disappear this scale from the chart, you can click on this, and the second scale is hidden now. So you are left with only one scale. But if you want to mention your second scale here, click on this scale and you can increase the size of the scale from 5 to 10 or 9, and the scale is back. So I hope you got the idea of this combo chart. Usually this combo chart is recommended when you have variables like target and achieved. So you can create your own data. If you are, for example, you are running a polio campaign and you have some targets of some area specific city or specific union councils. You have some targets, you go to the field, you get data, and you have achieved some number, and some children are missing. So for that kind of scenario, you can create combo chart like this. So this gives you a clear information, or clear visualization. So our chart topics is clear now. There are many more charts. Due to shortage of time, we are not going into details like funnel charts and other charts. We will be covering funnel charts in Power BI as well. So the last topic of today's class is Sparkline. Maybe it's a new to you. Maybe you are familiar with this option. Maybe it's a new. So again, there are some items and there are month-wise numbers given. The Sparkline column, Sparkline win and loss. So how to find this Sparkline and why do we need this? Sometimes you don't create a separate chart for your information. You create a chart within cell against your information. So this chart will be created within cell. So that's why we call it Sparkline. Click on to insert menu. Besides this chart category, you will find the Sparkline. So if you want to create a line chart like this, click on this line chart. Uh, you notice that the location range is already mentioned because I already selected the cell. So it's already mentioned here. Okay. But we need to give information in this range, data range. Click on this. I'm selecting this first row, mobiles, month-wise information, and I'm clicking OK. So you will notice that a line graph is mentioned, which is called Spark line. So if I If I want to mention this, the same spark line on other rows, I will not be generating for every row one by one. I will be just selecting like this and moving down like this. I'm just dragging the first line and you will see the spark line will be created for each row one by one by just simply dragging the first line graph like this. So the line graph is there. I will be coming to formatting point later, but let me quickly perform this spark line for columns as well. So there is an other option. Select the cell first, go to this insert spark line columns, click on this data range and select the numbers. Click here, press OK like this, and you will see there is another, bar chart. There is an other win and loss chart. Again, go to insert, click on this win and loss. What is win and loss? I'll explain it shortly. So for example, uh, click on this and the location is already mentioned. J2 is a cell. Press OK, and you will see this is a chart like this. So what is the difference between these bars and these bars? So basically, win and loss category is for that kind of information where you have numbers with minus sign or where you have negative values. For example, if I mention minus before here, you will notice that there is a win and loss chart. If I mention it a value, a negative sign before 18 in this portion, you will see another minus sign. If you mention a minus sign here, sorry, you will see a mix red and blue trend, which is showing win and loss. Some values are positive, some are, negative. So the last one, for example, if I mention a minus sign before 50, so you notice that I have mentioned some values in like this. So we have created sparklines. Now quickly we will be exploring formatting options and the class will be, concluded. So for example, if I click on this, as I click on this, any of the bar, you will see a separate menu sparkline on the top of the file. Click here and there are some options. For example, first you can change the color. Pick the green color or you can pick any other color of your choice. Sparkline color, you can pick colors from this. If you don't like the given colors, if you can pick the colors of your bar from this, and you can mention marker colors. If the negative point, which color you want to give to negative points, like red color. So if the points are high, you can give the green color. If the points are, low point, first point, last point. So there are a number of options. Okay. So you notice that there are different type of points markers on each line graph. Again, you can click on these categories: high point, low point. Basically, by clicking on these options, the high point, low point will be mentioned on your line. The last point markers. If you don't want to keep this marker, click here, the markers removed. But you will notice that you have selected all these options: high point, low point, negative points, first point, last point, and you can change the color of these points from here. You'll see this menu and these check bars are associated with each other. You will be selecting the points from here and you will be, changing the color of your points from here. So remember that. So last thing, if you have mentioned like this, if you want to change the color of this bar graph, you can, change the color like this. If you want to color of this last category, you can, you can pick any other color like this. So we have done with the formatting, we have done with the spark lines. But if you want to remove the spark lines and you don't need this, so you cannot delete any of the spark line by just selecting and clicking delete button. I have selected the spark lines and I'm pressing delete button, but it's not being deleted. So what is the option here? When you click on, when you select the spark lines and you want to delete, simply go to the spark line and you will see an option here, clear. So you will be clicking on this clear selected spark lines, all spark lines will be removed. If I click Control Z, all spark lines are back. So this is all about sparkline portion, sparkline topic. I hope you have learned something new in today's class. From my side, it's over now. If there is any question, you can ask. Otherwise, we conclude this session.
Assalamu alaikum. I have a question.
Yes.
When you were formatting these charts, there was the option of error bars. If you can explain that.
Okay. So let me go back to this file. Error bars. I think we can check it here. Like you saying that, what is the meaning of this error bars? Okay,
Yes.
so honestly, I never explored this earlier, but this gives me a sense of there are some three, four options, standard errors. Okay, so it's all about statistical things. So there is, a statistical term when you create a bar chart, when you create a graph, a visualization. There are some chances of errors in the data. Some are called standard errors, some are called standard deviation, which is a deviation of your, highlighted point or selected points from the mean bar something. So these are statistical terms. I think you can read it from, you can search more about these terms. I don't know the exact definitions of the standard bars, but I have studied in the stats long ago, but you need to explore more options there. So
Okay.
yes, I hope you got the idea. Like when you click on the standard bars, so you see this shape, this kind of shape. Basically, the scales on the bars indicates the standard errors. So you see this kind of errors on this.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So if there is any option, please let me know. Sorry, if there is any more question, please let me know. Otherwise, we conclude it. All clear? So what did you learn new about today's class? Anything new for you?
Sparklines.
Yes, Sparklines. I like it. So, and it's very easy to show your trend within the same sheet, within the same cell. You can easily manage it, and you don't need more time for in formatting or like other graphs. So, time is over. If there is no more question, let me conclude it. We have another class tomorrow, makeup class, tomorrow evening, inshallah, 8 p.m. same time. Whoever will be able to join that would be fine. Otherwise, the recording will be available. So thank you very much. Signing off. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Thank you.